Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Shraddha's Physics. This video is specially for the aspirants who are preparing for OSSTD, KVS, NBS, regular teacher or any graduate level teacher exam.
Topic is moment of inertia. So it is the property by virtue of which a body is unable to change its state of rest or of uniform rotational motion about a given axis without the help of an external torque. Also it is called the rotational inertia. Simply we can say that I equal to mr square, or for a number of particle, so this is the sum of I equal to 1 to n mi ri square for nth particle system, m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus m3 r3 square plus so on. As in the linear motion case, we have already seen the inertia. So the inertia in the, as per the Newton's law, the inertia of rest, inertia of motion we have already discussed. So similarly in like linear motion, this is also true for the rotational motion. Next is radius of gyration. It is denoted by simply k. Radius of gyration of a body about a given axis is that distance from the axis at which, if whole of the mass of the body were concentrated, it would have same moment of inertia as that of the body. So here, what is the difference between the center of mass and the radius of gyration? Okay, center of mass tells the point. This is the center of mass is the point where whole of the mass of the body is concentrated. But the radius of gyration, it is a distance. Center of mass is the point and the radius of gyration is simply the distance. Suppose this is a rigid body and along this axis we have to calculate the moment of inertia. So from that axis to the center of mass, this distance is known as the radius of gyration. So here m is the total mass of the body, or simply we can say that this is the m into n. If rigid body consists of n particles each of mass m, then capital M equal to ml. This is the capital M is the total mass of the body. So here the radius of gyration can also be written as k equal to r1 square plus r2 square plus so on rn square divided by n root over. So the k depends on this radius of gyration depends on the shape and size of the body, position and configuration of the axis of rotation, distribution of mass of the body with respect to the axis of rotation. So the question will be asked in the exam that the k depends on, or the radius of gyration depends on in the option it is given shape and size of the body, position and configuration, distribution of the mass, all of the like this. Next is the torque is tau equal to I alpha, and where alpha equal to angular acceleration. The next is angular momentum, that is L equal to I omega. Omega is the angular velocity. Perpendicular axis theta. The moment of inertia of a plane lamina about an axis perpendicular to the plane of lamina is equal to the sum of moment of inertia of the lamina about two mutually perpendicular axes lying in the plane of lamina and intersecting each other at the point where the perpendicular axis passing through the body. Simply I equal to Ix plus Iy. Next is parallel axis theorem. The moment of inertia of a body about any axis is equal to the sum of moment of inertia of the body about a parallel axis through its center of gravity and the product of the mass of the body and the square of the distance between the two axes, or I equal to Ig plus Ms square. So here I have listed some basic formulas for the different type of bodies. That is, if it is a thin straight rod having mass m and its length is suppose 2a, that is passing through the center, axis passing through the center of mass and perpendicular to longitudinal axis. So here along the x-axis this rod lies here, and along the axis, this is the axis of rotation. So along the y-axis it will rotate. So this distance is, this is a and this is a. So total distance is 2a. So for that case, this is ma square by 3. Okay. If the length is l, in place of length 2a, or this length is l. So if the length is l, we can write ml square by 12. Or if length is 2a, simply by putting l equal to 2a. So this will become 4a square. 4 by 12, that is 1 by 3, or ma square by 3. So it is wise to remember this formula ml square by 12. Next is For thin straight rod of mass m, the length 2a passing through one of its end and perpendicular to the longitudinal axis. So here comes the axis, here is the axis at the end. So for that, for ms square by 3, or if the length is L, this length is L, for that case ml square by 3. Always try to remember this for the length L. Okay, if the length L, or if we will put this value, if the length is 2a, if I will put here 4s square by 3, so this is simply 4ms square by 3. So the next is for cylindrical cell of mass m and radius is a. This radius is a, where the axis coincides with the longitudinal axis and it passes through the center of mass. For that case, it is simply ms square. For uniform solid cylinder or disc, if mass is m and radius is a and it coincides with the geometrical axis and passing through the center of mass, for that case it is ms square by 2. For solid cylinder or the disc, it is ms square by 2, and for the cylindrical cell it is ms square. Okay. So if it is a hollow sphere of mass m, radius a, and the axis coincide with a diameter and passing through the center of mass, for that case the moment of inertia is 2/3 ms square. And for a uniform solid sphere of mass m, radius a, axis coincides with a diameter and passing through the center of mass, it will be moment of inertia 2/5 of ms square. Similarly, you can see the moment of inertia of ring, solid disc and annular disc, if the axis passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane. For the ring, this is mr square, solid disc half mr square, annular disc half m r square plus r square. So similarly, you can see all this formula. So the next is motion of a point mass attached to a string wound over a cylinder capable of rotating about its axis of symmetry. For that case, acceleration of the system is a equal to g, this is the acceleration due to gravity, divided by 1 plus I, that is the moment of inertia, divided by mr square. And the tension in the string is T equal to mg divided by 1 plus mr square by I, where small m is the mass of the stone attached with the string, or the mass of the particle. Okay. So the next is motion of a body rolling down a plane without slipping. It is important, without slipping, it is rolling down. So here the acceleration is g sin theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square, and the frictional resistance is F equal to k square by r square whole mg sin theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square. Here r is the radius of the body, m is the mass of the body, theta is the angle which the inclined plane makes with the horizontal, and k is the radius of gyration of the body. So this is all for today. Thank you.